literally is falling apart. As a corporation, as a company, Twitter is falling apart. He's pretty much fired damn near every single department. And a lot of these departments are very important. The security and privacy team that's on Twitter, they've also been fired. And so now people's passwords, credit card information, anything sensitive that is on your Twitter, even your phone number. Like if you ever linked your phone number to your account, like all of that is now not protected. If people want to spend their own money on purchasing a verification check on Twitter, let them. And there was a lot of talk even leading up to it of people saying like, oh, if you buy a check from Twitter, then that goes to show how insecure you are and how much you care about what other people think. I'm like, that's not the only reason why people want to buy a check. Social media is a mess. It has turned into a marketplace. It's turned into a place for hate speech and just hateful people in general. It's not a good place right now. A lot of people are speculating whether or not Twitter is about to end. Like, is this the end of Twitter? Hey everyone, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video, and we are going to be talking about Twitter in this video. So if you're on Twitter, I am sure that you know what's going on over there on Twitter. It's definitely a mess. Ever since Elon Musk purchased Twitter, it has just completely gone downhill. Now, granted, I haven't really experienced any of the ramifications of that directly, but I've seen a lot of people talk about how Twitter has changed since it's been under new leadership. Starting all the way to the beginning, there's been a lot of more hate speech going on Twitter, because a lot of the restrictions and a lot of that kind of got uplifted, and so there's been a lot of hate speech that's increased on Twitter. A lot of use of the N-word as well, by non-black people being used over there. I've even seen people talk about how there's an increase of people using the N-word with the ER at the end a lot on Twitter. It's just Twitter has become even more of a mess than it already was, because Twitter already can be a very toxic place, but the toxicity has just increased by 10 times the amount. So that's what's happening, right? And then as of recently, Elon had fired the hundreds, thousands of employees from Twitter. And because he doesn't know what he's doing, he didn't realize that in their paperwork, it states that he has to give them 30 days notice before he fires them. And he did not give 30 days notice. So now he's getting sued by a bunch of Twitter employees because, he's pretty much fired damn near every single department. And a lot of these departments are very important. Some of these departments are in charge of, again, making sure that Twitter is free of hate speech. A lot of them are responsible for making sure that sensitive content is not posted to the platform. A lot of these people are responsible for, accounts that had been banned for, posting inappropriate things or saying mean and hateful things online. People who had every right to get their accounts taken away. Now those people that were in charge of keeping them off the platform, they've, been fired. So now a lot of those people are starting to come back. The speculation that Trump might even get his account back because of this. There's also the diversity department as well. That's now been abolished. And also security. So the security and privacy team that's on Twitter, they've also been fired. And so now people's passwords and sensitive information and even credit card information, anything sensitive that is on your Twitter, even your phone number, if you ever linked your phone number to your account, all of that is now not protected, and so your account and your sensitive information can now easily be leaked and hacked by people because of this whole thing. So Twitter literally is falling apart. As a corporation, as a company, Twitter is falling apart. And now you have it to where, Elon, I guess, wanted to implement this new thing with Twitter Blue. Now, Twitter Blue has been a thing for a while now. I contemplated getting Twitter Blue, but I never did. But Twitter Blue originally was a $3.99 subscription where you got extra features on Twitter. I think one of the features was to be able to edit your tweet like 15 up to 15 seconds after posting it. I think that I might be making that up, but I think that was a feature. Now I do know that another feature that was on there is also being able to post long videos. So before, you couldn't post a video that was more than like 5 minutes long, I think, or 10 minutes long. I don't know. But now with Twitter Blue, you can post much longer video content on there. And yeah, also you can put your bookmark tweets into categories, and that's what I really wanted it for. I wanted Twitter Blue for the categories because I have so many bookmark tweets. A lot of it is just like important information that I wanted to save later, but because I've developed so much like over the span of a couple of months, it's gonna take me forever to scroll all the way back and to find all those tweets again. And so I would love to be able to put those bookmarks in the categories, whether it's health, beauty, whatever it is, safety tips, career tips, whatever it is. I would love to be able to put all of that into a more organized thing so I can find information better through my bookmark tweets. But as of recently, Twitter Blue has now been increased to $8 a month, so $7.99 a month. And basically you get a blue not a blue check mark. You get a Twitter check. Well, I guess it depends on your mode, because if you're in light mode on Twitter, I think it shows up as blue, but most people use dark mode. So on dark mode, the Twitter check mark thing is white. But either way, you get that verification check when you sign up for Twitter Blue now. And a lot of people were upset about this. They didn't know what this meant. They were wondering if, people who previously got their verification checks, if they were going to have to pay Twitter to keep their verification checks. There was a lot of speculation. There was a lot going on. A lot of people were very upset about this. It does cause a whole bunch of issues. And this has already been rolled out. People are already purchasing the checks. I've even seen people being able to successfully scam people with it. And yes, you can say that people knowing this, they can go the extra mile, because if you guys don't know, you actually can check and see how they got their verification. So if they got their verification the correct way, which is being verified through the company, it'll tell you. But if they got their verification check through purchasing Twitter Blue, it'll tell you. So all you have to do is click their little verification thing, and it'll tell you how they obtained that verification. So yes, obviously, if you want to be safe and you want to take the extra miles and extra steps to make sure that the people that you're following and the people that are putting out information out there, if you want to see if they are credible or accurate, you can check to see how they got their verification. But there's already been cases of people abusing the system. But also, I saw one company that did it as a scam, but it was like looked at as a good thing. Something with insulin. Like there was a company that makes insulin, and someone made a fake version of that company saying that insulin was going to be free, and then it directly affected the real company, and they lost out on like billions of dollars. And people were like, "Oh, this was like a good scam." But I say all that to say, the whole verification thing was definitely a horrible idea, and it's obviously a cash grab. However, I want to say though, I contemplated getting the verification check, not because I saw people talk about this too, and I kind of want to get into this as well. If people want to spend their own money on purchasing a verification check on Twitter, let them. I hate Twitter. Like, the way people just will find any excuse to bully other people for what they want to do is absurd to me. And I hate that there are so many people now that are literally bullying you if you purchase a verification check. Like, I have seen people who have done this, who, purchased a verification check, and immediately people start, like, spamming their comment section with, like, memes and just getting on them for purchasing a verification check. And there was a lot of talk even leading up to it of people saying, like, oh, if you buy a check from Twitter, then a check mark from Twitter, then that goes to show how insecure you are and how much you care about what other people think. I'm like, that's not the only reason why people want to buy a check. I literally have seen people say, like, oh, like, journalists could really benefit from this, so people will know, who to get their reports from and stuff like that. Like people have their different uses. And again, a lot of influencers, and I'm talking about influencers who have like millions of subscribers or millions of Twitch followers or millions of Instagram followers. A lot of them are not verified on Twitter. And so what if they want to pay the little $8 to get their verification check? Why does that make them insecure or care about what other people think? There are certain people or certain industries that could really benefit from the check. Now, yes, obviously the check isn't as credible as it once was because of this, but still. But for me, right, I actually wanted to test it out. I probably wasn't going to keep it. I just wanted to, buy it, and see, like, how that might change things. Just kind of experience that for, like, I don't know, maybe like a month or two. But I'm like, I don't even want to do it now because I feel like I'm going to get bullied and I'm going to get judged for wanting to buy a verification check. And it's just so crazy because it's like, again, why do y'all care so much about what other people do with their money? If people want to buy it, then just let them buy it. Like, why are you trying to make people feel some kind of way because they're doing that? So that's one thing. I say all that to say, though, like, again, obviously this is a cash grab. And, it's been reported that Elon lost a ton of money playing around with Twitter. And not really knowing what he's doing. And so obviously this Twitter blue thing is his way of trying to recoup the money. But seeing how all these companies are, being, not companies, departments. Seeing how all these departments are being torn down. People are getting fired left to right from important departments. Like I said, like the security team, the privacy team, the diversity team, all these important teams. All of them are getting fired. Then you have this whole verification mess that nobody wanted and people begged and pleaded for them not to do. So now the verification system is ruined. A lot of people are speculating whether or not Twitter is about to end. Like, is this the end of Twitter? Is this their demise? And, I hope not. I mean, as much as Twitter has its issues, I do like Twitter. Twitter brings me a lot of laughter, a lot of enjoyment, especially when, we're going through tough times. You can always count on Twitter to, have the jokes and to kind of get us through whatever is going on. But no, like, I don't want Twitter to end. And I hate that all of this is happening to Twitter. I mean, it's really a mess. I know that Twitter, too, has become, like, ad central. Lately, there's so many ads on Twitter now. But it's still not, like, unbearable. You know what I mean? Like, I can still kind of get through it. And my algorithm is also just fine. Like, every time I go on there, it's like I see things that I want to see and that I can relate to. And so, I actually don't mind Twitter, and I actually hope that Twitter does stick around, but not with Elon. Like, clearly Elon Musk is the one that has, caused a whole lot of, all of this happening, and it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate to see where social media is today. Like, it really is, like, heading into its demise. Like, I used to be that person, like, when people would say, like, oh, Twitter and Instagram and all these apps are going to die off one day. I used to be like, no, like, it's way too impactful. It's made way too much of a change and a shift in, today's society. It's not going to die off anytime soon. But no, y'all, I honestly think, like, if these apps don't get it together, like, we could definitely see like, it might be the next, like, MySpace, and like we might see the end of some of these apps. Snapchat for me is already dead. I use Snapchat for the filter sometimes, but other than that, I don't have any interest in ever actually using Snapchat and posting any snaps. Again, Twitter, I do frequent Twitter often. Instagram, I can't stand Instagram. I do use Instagram still because it's just where I go to literally just be nosy and post pictures here and there. But even now, with how the algorithm is and how engagement is on Instagram, it's just not there anymore. People are very weird and superficial on Instagram. Like, on Instagram, I feel like people will just sit there and watch your page but not engage with your stuff. And it's very, very frustrating. And it's frustrating trying to work against an algorithm that's constantly changing, constantly trying to be like other apps. And this whole push for Reels, when Instagram was meant to be just a photo app, is very, very frustrating. And just seeing all these apps trying to merge together and all trying to take from each other, I think that's what's causing the demise. People like different stuff. If you put everything on the same app, what's the point of using all the apps? And, maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe it's like they don't want you to use these other apps, but it's just like, it's okay to be different. That's what makes your platform thrive. We like Twitter because we can just post updates. We liked Instagram because it was where you could showcase your photos and showcase photography. But now you have to be a videographer because only reels are really getting pushed into the algorithm. And it's like, God forbid you post like a flyer or something for your business. Now the algorithm will, see it as a promotion, and then they won't push it out to people because they want you to pay to advertise. And it's so frustrating because even now I'm seeing like TikTok is stealing from Be Real, and now TikTok has TikTok stories and TikTok live, and it's just all of these apps are just going down the garbage. And I just really hope that there is someone behind the scenes making a new online platform that people can use. I really hope so. And if they haven't, please take this as your sign to start something, because people are tired and they want something new. I know Be Real is becoming a little bit more popular, but I don't know. I don't really see that taking off as much. But yeah, because like right now for me, I like TikTok, and it's unfortunate because it's like, even with TikTok has its own issues, like, in terms of like privacy issues and fake, like they are stealing our information. And I know people say like, oh well, all the apps steal, but no, like TikTok, like all your stuff is out there, like your facial recognition, like everything is stolen if you use TikTok frequently. Sorry to tell you. But it's like people are willing to sacrifice their privacy and their personal information to use the app, which is with a lot of these apps, because we be signing the terms of use, not really knowing what we're signing. But yeah, no, it is a mess. Social media is a mess. It has turned into a marketplace. It's turned into a place for hate speech and just hateful people in general. It's not a good place right now. And I think it is going to take for another platform to come up to fix these issues, because right now it's just a hot mess express. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below about the state of Twitter, how Twitter is going downhill. Do you think Twitter is going to die off, or do you think they're going to be able to save it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys know when I drop new videos. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.